After years in development, Estonia has finally launched the first digital nomad visa in the world. I'm Kristin, and I've been a digital nomad or expat for more than 15 years now. And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the visa. What it is, what the benefits are, who it's for, how to apply, how much it costs, plus if it means that you'll have to pay taxes in Estonia, and if it means you'll be able to stay longer in the European Schengen zone. Let's get into it. Estonia is the perfect country to have a digital nomad visa because it's already known as the most digitized country in the world. Plus, it's very well known for its Estonia e-resident program. I'm going to compare and contrast Estonian e-residency to the digital nomad visa at the end of this video, but all you need to know right now is that the e-residency program is for international entrepreneurs who live outside of Estonia but want to have an EU-based company. If you're interested in more details about e-residency, you can check out my other video all about that. But now let's get into the visa. First of all, what is it? Well, the digital nomad visa grants official approval to any type of digital nomad who wants to live and work from Estonia for a period of up to 1 year. Now, this is huge news because until now, digital nomads have kind of lived in this sort of gray area where we're traveling around the world on our passports as tourists, but we're working at the same time. However, because we work from our laptops and because our companies and our clients are usually in different countries than the one that we happen to be traveling in or living in, we don't necessarily qualify for an official work permit or permanent residency, nor do many digital nomads want that, because the beauty of being a digital nomad is that you can be nomadic. You can move around a lot, so it doesn't mean that you want to live in a country long term or apply for an official work permit where you have to commute to an office or some other place of work. So the digital nomad visa kind of legitimizes this lifestyle by saying you can live in a country legally for a period of time and you can work from your laptop there. I think in the future, whether you are hanging out in Portugal or skiing in Bulgaria or lounging on the beaches of Thailand or Bali, you'll be able to do so on a digital nomad visa. Nobody knows exactly how many digital nomads there are in the world, but suffice to say we've gone from just a handful of people to upwards of tens of millions in this lifestyle and many more after the COVID-19 pandemic, I'm sure. And so governments are starting to take notice, whether it's to attract more tourism dollars like Bali or to create a formal taxation system like Estonia. So who qualifies for this digital nomad visa? Well, the good news is almost anyone. You can be from any country as long as you fall into one of 3 categories. The first category is being a remote employee. So this means that you would have to show proof of employment, like a work contract, with a company that is based outside of Estonia. The second category is if you own your own business or if you're a partner or a shareholder in that business. And again, that business has to be based outside of Estonia. And the third category that most people will fall into is for online freelancers and self-employed independent workers. So you can be from any country as long as most of your clients and customers reside outside of Estonia. So you can be in Estonia, but your company or employer or clients should be outside of Estonia for the most part to qualify for this visa. Another thing, and this is super important, is that to qualify for the visa, you have to show proof of income, which is officially 3,504 euro per month in pre-tax income, equivalent to about 4,000 US dollars. And you need to show proof of income by providing 6 months of bank statements with your application. You also have to have health insurance to get this visa. And another caveat during these coronavirus times, if citizens of your country are currently restricted from entering Estonia or restricted from entering the Schengen zone, then you won't be able to go to Estonia until those restrictions are lifted. And if you're interested in more information on which borders are opening and when, then subscribe to my channel because I've been doing a lot of COVID-19 travel updates here in recent months. Let's talk cost in just a second. But first, now that you know the basics of the digital nomad visa, how is that different from e-residency? Well, the best way to think of it is that e-residency is for entrepreneurs who live outside of Estonia but want to have a company based inside Estonia, whereas the digital nomad visa is for people who want to live in Estonia but work for companies or clients outside of Estonia. So it's kind of the inverse, but it's important to note that the e-residency scheme and the digital nomad visa are completely unrelated. So you don't have to have one to qualify for the other or vice versa. And the cool thing about this digital nomad visa is that you don't have to have any particular reason for applying for it. You can apply just because you're curious about Estonia and you want to go check it out and see what it's all about, enjoy some of the nature and history and culture that the country is known for. So you can go for any reason or no reason at all, just because you want to go for fun. And I think that's really cool that they're being so open and flexible about it. I lived in Estonia a couple years ago and I had a great time. So if you want to know more about what it's like to live and work there, check out my Estonia cost of living video. Speaking of cost, how much does this digital nomad visa cost? Well, it's quite affordable. It just depends on whether you want the long stay visa or the short stay visa. The long stay D visa is €100 and the short stay C visa is $80. How to apply? Well, at the time of recording this video, applications are not yet open. But if you're already in Estonia, you can apply in person at the Police and Border Guard office. However, for everybody else who's outside of Estonia, officials have said that they expect to open applications soon, and when they are open, you'll be able to apply at your closest Estonian embassy. And then after that, the process will take at least 15 days for approval. So stay tuned for more information on that. No word yet on whether or not you'll be able to apply online, which makes sense that you would be able to, but we'll see how it goes. Now, is this digital nomad visa a path to permanent residency or citizenship in Estonia? No. However, you may need to pay taxes there. Yes, if you stay in Estonia with the visa for more than 183 consecutive days per calendar year, then you will be considered a tax resident and you will have to file taxes in Estonia. So to get around that, you just have to leave the country before 183 days and then you can come back in. What about travel to other EU or Schengen countries? Well, this visa sort of helps, but sort of doesn't. You will still be able to travel to other EU countries if you have a passport that allows you to enter the Schengen, for example, for up to 90 days. That won't change. However, for digital nomads who have kind of been country hopping, who stay in Europe for 90 days and then they have to leave the continent or go far away outside of the Schengen to wait 90 days before they can come back in, now you can use Estonia as your home base for that. So you don't have to go farther away into Eastern Europe or the Balkans, and you don't have to leave the continent altogether. So you can do 90 days in Estonia, 90 days in a Schengen country, and then repeat, and you'll still stay under that 183-day period to qualify for the taxation. For more information on that, check out the Estonia Ministry of Affairs website, and I'll link to all the resources you need below. And to see what it's like to live and work in Estonia as a digital nomad, check out my cost of living video in the card here. And of course, subscribe for more weekly videos on how you can learn to work online and travel.